Okay, folks, so a couple of people asked about using the accelerometer to detect shaking, and I wanted to look at a very simple way to do that, and also to let you know if you look at the Arduino examples here, and we go down to Circuit Playground, there is one for detecting taps too. So if you wanted to look at like how would you detect someone tapping on the Circuit Playground, a single tap, a double tap, there is an example of how to do that that comes with the library. But I want to look at shaking instead of tapping. So let's walk through this. What I wanted to do too is I wanted to be able to detect a shake independent of other accelerometer functions. So I might want to use the accelerometer, for like gentle motions and then for a shake motion. So we'll look at both of those things. I'm including the library. I actually don't need that variable. I'm setting a threshold for my shaking, which I've just chosen 25. We'll see if that works or not. In my setup, I'm just turning everything on. In my loop, okay, so the first part of this is I'm just using the accelerometer to set a neopixel color, right? So I'm reading the x-axis of the accelerometer into this variable, and then if it's negative, that means it's on one side. I'm going to set neopixel number 2, which is this one, to a blue color, and if it's tilted the other way, I'll set that one to a blue color. Okay, so if I look at this, right, I tilt one way, whichever side's up gets color. Okay. So I want to be able to do that and detect shake. So I'm able to do, kind of normal movements of the accelerometer without getting my shake. That's great. For my shake, this is also fairly straightforward. It's just two lines, really. My float shake is going to be a sum of the absolute value of all of my axes of the accelerometer. So I'm looking at X, Y, and Z, the absolute value of each, and I'm just adding those together. I had used the serial print to determine what the range of each one was, and it goes from about -10 to +10. So if I'm detecting a shake, I don't care if it's going left and right, up or down, or whatever. I just want to know the magnitude of that shake, which is why I'm using the absolute value, right? Because if one of these is -10 and one of them is 10 and they add up to 0, like that doesn't tell me that was actually quite a large motion. So by using the absolute value, it makes everything positive. So I'm just detecting the like quantity of motion going across all three of those, disregarding like which direction it's happening. And because of that, I know each of these is going to be between 0 and 10, right? So my sum would be 30, which is why my threshold of 25 seems to make sense to me, right? So if I'm maxing out all of them, I should be above 25, but a high lets me continue to do this, right? If I had a threshold of 10, I would get shakes at the extent of any individual axis, which I probably don't want. So then for my shake, conditional, I'm just saying if my shake here is greater than the threshold, make a beep. Okay? So if I pick this up and shake it, I get a beep. I can still tilt for my LEDs without the beep, and then even if I am tilted, shake it for a beep. So there you go. That's a pretty straightforward way to use a shake gesture in your code.